So are you a DoorDash driver that is looking to make a little bit more on every shift you decide to work? If so, then I have a few things in this video that will help you start to make amazing profits while driving for DoorDash. So without further hold up, let's actually go ahead into these tips that'll help you put some more money into your pockets. Now, the first tip that I want to go ahead and just throw out there off the early is you want to try your best to avoid any restaurant that has either an employee shortage or is known for being a little slow when it comes to completing orders. Now, the one thing that you never want to be caught doing is waiting for orders back to back to back. Now, it is very acceptable to wait an extra 5 minutes for the restaurant to either bag or to complete that order before they give it to you, but over 5 minutes is probably pushing it, and you should probably look for a different batch, because after you wait 5 minutes, if you do it over and over again, you know, you're waiting 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like all that time adds up, and then by the end of your day, you see that all the time that you spent waiting, you probably could have completed a whole nother order. So sometimes, yes, it is okay to wait for an order or, you know, be a little patient. But when you're working DoorDash and your time is really your money, you don't want to spend too much time in a lobby waiting for the food to either still be cooked or that long line to die down before you can be helped. Because, like, hear me out. When you really think about it, you have to spend time driving to the restaurant. Then on top of that, you have to wait for them to finish and bag your order. Then after that, you have to drive to the customer, and depending on what your order is, if it's just a leave at door or a hand it to me, sometimes that could be a little tricky, or you gotta find the apartment complex, walk up the stairs. It's a lot of time being spent between you going to the restaurant and you successfully completing that order. So waiting for long periods of time is definitely going to hinder your productivity and also how much you can make in your DoorDash shift. So let's go ahead and hop into tip number 2. This is simply just learning which orders to take and which orders to avoid. So really learning this tip or getting better at this specific tip isn't too hard, but you have to look at some of these orders at a different perspective, if you will. There are tons of DoorDash drivers that just take any and every order because they're either trying to raise their acceptance rate or, you know, sometimes money is just money. Even if it's $2.10, money is money. But if you look at every order at a different perspective, then you'll start to look at how much that payout is. And then from that payout, you could probably figure if that customer left a tip or not. Then you have to look at the distance that it will take to get to the customer. Then how much time will it take for you to go pick this order up and drop it off. So after you take all of that into consideration, then after that, you'll be able to know if that order or that offer is actually worth your time. So let me just throw out a quick example. So you accept an order for $8. Now you go and look at the mileage. The restaurant from the customer is 4 miles. So you have a 4-mile order for $8. Sounds good, right? But now get this. The restaurant that you have to go and pick up that order is infamous for having DoorDash drivers wait an extra 15 to 20 minutes for their order because they're always busy. Now, I need to know down below in the comments, are you still keeping this order or are you canceling this order? Let me know down below. I want to hear from you. But I just had to throw that example out just to show you how time can mean a lot to a DoorDash delivery driver. Now it's time for tip number 3. If you're truly not doing this by now, then you're probably not making that much profit when you're driving for DoorDash. And that is to dash when your zone is at its busiest. So by doing this, you're actually opening your door of opportunity to receive more orders and possibly more orders with higher payouts. Now for myself, I truly enjoy working the dinner rush or the dinner shift when it comes to DoorDash because typically that's when customers pay a little bit more for their meals or their orders, because I mean, usually that's the last meal of the day. So for those orders, I do see a lot of added pay or you know, a little bit more when it comes to the tip after the order. And those orders are the ones that you should really be taking. Leave the McDonald's alone. Go for like the Cheesecake Factories, the Ruby Tuesdays, like do some of those orders. But of course, if the order makes sense to you, then do it, okay? If the McDonald's is 1 mile for like $8, you might want to do it, but just make sure that your McDonald's isn't super slow. Because one thing I know about McDonald's is I always get ignored. I'm usually waiting while everybody is frantically running throughout the store. I'm just waiting for somebody to even notice me. And that wait period is just nonsense. But yeah, if you can avoid wait periods and all that other stuff, then go ahead and be successful with your DoorDash shift. Now, one thing that I truly like about working your DoorDash shift in one of the busiest time slots for your zone is that you always have just an abundance of extra orders. So you really don't have to be shy when it comes to declining all of those bad orders, just because you know that another order is going to be coming in a very short amount of time. The best part about this is that you're always going to stay busy on your shift, and you're not going to be finding yourself in some random parking lot waiting for a decent enough order to accept. So with our time as a DoorDash delivery driver, you're not wasting it, okay? You're actually spending time getting stuff done and actually bringing in some extra earnings. Now, we all know as delivery drivers for DoorDash, you're not getting paid for the time that you sit in the car waiting for an order in some random parking lot. Now, tip number 4 that I have for you guys is to consider working either holidays or major sporting events. Tons of customers usually order a whole lot of food or a whole lot of groceries every time there is a either holiday or a major sporting event, and I know this to be true on DoorDash and even Instacart. So please just try to take advantage of these opportunities, because they don't come as often as you probably want them to, but when they are here, you need to go ahead and make that money. So if you see yourself not really being a fan of football and the Super Bowl is today, then you might want to go and work either DoorDash or Instacart. But yeah, there's going to be tons of customers either ordering wings or cold beverages. You're going to want to take those easy orders because people are willing to pay even more. So please make sure to incorporate all of these tips into your everyday DoorDash experience, and I promise you, you will start seeing a whole lot of amazing profit while driving for DoorDash. If you find anything that I said in this video to be useful or somewhat informational, and you really enjoyed it, then please let me know by smashing a like on the video, and also make sure that you subscribe to the channel, okay? Make sure to turn notifications on so you guys will be alerted every time we drop a brand new video on this channel. Now, one thing that I have to admit is if you're brand new to DoorDash, you might want to know these super annoying things that happen to majority of DoorDash drivers out there. And if you want to know more of what I'm talking about, I will be sharing this super annoying, man, when I tell you, it's probably going to get you upset. Just click on the video that you see on the in-car screen, and I will see you all over in this next video.